President Obama is talking about student loans. He spoke in North Carolina today, and he is right on this issue. What they had done was they cut interest rates for students down from 6.8% to 3.4% for the loans that they have, and he is arguing to keep them at 3.4%. To me, anything that keeps the cost of education lower is great, because that actually leads to opportunity. Nothing wrong with people being in the 1%. It's just everybody's got to have a shot at it, right? And one of the ways that you do that is affordable education. So I'm definitely in favor of that. Now, of course, Mitt Romney is in a world of trouble with younger demographics, so he doesn't want to be in further trouble. So he came out in a speech and said, "Oh yeah, me too, me too." Oh yeah, of course. I mean, short term. Don't get me wrong, right? But for now, yeah, let's extend the loans at only 3.4%, make sure they don't go back up. President Obama pointed out that students would save $1,000 on average over 12 years, which is the average amount of time that it takes people to pay their student loans back, which actually seems relatively short, if you ask me, given how gigantic these loans are. They affect 37 million people. That's 15% of Americans, and 2/3 of the student loan debt is people under the age of 30, so that's why both sides care about these young voters. But hey, you know what? Mitt Romney copies President Obama in this case. Fantastic. It's a good result, right? Now, here's the troubling part of Mitt Romney's views on student loans. Now, here's where he is going to do a flat-out lie. And I love these moments because it makes it crystal clear, because there's no way that Mitt Romney doesn't know this policy, right? And he's going to try to deceive you anyway. Let's watch clip 10.
I wish I could tell you that there's a place to find really cheap money or free money and we could pay for everyone's education. That's just not going to happen. What's going to happen is we're going to have rates as low as we could possibly have. I'd like to see more competition in the lenders. Now the government's taking over the student loan business. I think you get less competition. I'd rather have more competition with private lenders as well as governmental lenders.
Now, see, that is an outright deception. If you don't know the details of this policy, you might think, oh, he seems like, oh, he wants competition so the rates are lower, and that the government has taken over by kicking out the private banks. Now, none of that is true. Let me tell you what the reality is. And I know that Mitt Romney knows this. Now, in the past, what happened was you would get a government loan, but there'd be a middleman, a banker, who would take a certain cut of it. Now, the banker didn't guarantee the loan. It was the government who did. So the banker served no purpose whatsoever except to take some money in the middle. Now, he says competition, but you know that already exists. If banks can give out those college loans at a lower rate than the government, they can do it today. Nobody's stopping them. By all means, give out interest rates, loans that are lower than the government, and you will have a ton of college students applying for those loans. But they don't do it. They can't do it. Their rates aren't that low. So when Mitt Romney says, oh, I want to foster competition, it's not remotely true. What he wants to do is protect those banks that were in the middle sucking up all that money. You know who pays that extra money? Students, in the form of higher interest rates. You know how much President Obama's 2010 proposal that actually passed saved us? And I give him credit for this all the time. It's one of the rare things that I think he hit out of the park. Not a mixed message, not a mixed bag. This was definitely the right thing to do, okay? It saved students $68 billion over 11 years. That's a gigantic amount of savings. That goes to the next generation of people who want to have the opportunity to be able to do as well as Mitt Romney did in his career in terms of success and money, if that's what you care about, right? And of course, a lot of Americans do care about that. So now Mitt Romney says, no, we got to put the banks back in the middle. So he uses a talking point about how it's a government takeover. The government was providing the loan in the first place, okay? He's trying to deceive you in order to make sure that people who are trying to get an education pay more money to the people financing his campaign, which is the giant banks. You see, that's why Mitt Romney is a giant fraud. The entire point of his campaign is to funnel money out of the middle class and to the very top 1%, et cetera, the executives at those banks. And this proves it perfectly, because he can't possibly believe the lies that he just told you. That program by President Obama, one of the great bills that he got passed, and Mitt Romney can't wait to undo it, to get funneled out tens of billions of dollars back to the banks. It makes me sick when I think about it. Because, one more second on that, right? Think about that, right? Here's a guy who knows, I am going to screw all those students. I'm going to make them all pay more money so we can get another $68 billion to the top banks. And he knows the banks serve no purpose in that case. It's just a totally wasteful middleman. And he thinks, yeah, that's great. I'm going to do that. I don't care. Like, does he have a conscience? Maybe these are the things that for politicians, they don't care about at all. They're like, oh, yeah, whatever, right? But to me, I don't know, maybe I'm too much of a lib, but I'd be sick over what I did to those students if I did that, right? I'd be like, my God, they're going to spend an extra couple of years of their lives. They're not going to be able to go on vacation like fancy vacations to France that we're going to talk about in a second, that Mitt Romney goes on. No, seriously, they're not going to be able to go on vacation. They're not going to be able to afford, so many things for their kids, et cetera, because I wanted my banking executive friends to make an extra couple of $1 million apiece. It's just grotesque.